Are you frustrated with relationships and drama? Here are 11 ways to handle annoying issues. 1. Have realistic expectations. It's not going to change from high school to college. People your age who are annoying aren't going to magically change just because they received their high school diploma. 2. Think forward. In high school, you may be annoyed while at school or while at school events, but at least you can go home afterwards. When you are in college, especially if you live in the dorms or have roommates, you will be around these people more and not less. You will not easily be able to escape by going home like you can in high school. Realize what you are committing to so you can be prepared. 3. Ask questions now. It is easier to think that you and a friend would make good roommates in college because you like to hang out and both of you get along so well. However, when you live with someone, you get to know them and their habits. Start thinking about the type of lifestyle you live and that you want to live. For example, do you like to be in bed by a particular time? If you like to be in bed by, say, 11 p.m., how well are you going to live with someone who procrastinates and pulls all-nighters before every test? Are you going to be able to sleep with the light on all night while your roommate pulls an all-nighter? If you think about these things now, then you will begin to understand why it is important to choose your roommate wisely. Learn to ask questions early on in high school so you get used to having these types of conversations now. 4. Figure out what you want. What type of college memories do you want to have? How much of a college social life do you want? What does that life look like? If you want to study during the week so you can enjoy time during the weekends, then look for friends who want and have the same lifestyle. You will be less likely to be annoyed by so-called friends who procrastinate and then ask to review your notes prior to finals. Reduce the likelihood of being asked to hand over your study notes to someone who has been goofing off by limiting the amount of time you spend hanging out with these types of people. 5. Expect different levels of support. You hope your friends will help you make the right choices, and sometimes they do. However, people can only support you to the level that they know how. For example, if you are career-oriented and you hang out with a group of friends who are not career-oriented and instead look forward to partying and drinking every weekend, then they are not going to be the best support group for you. Someone who isn't career-oriented may encourage you to go to college and make something of yourself while they hand you a drink, and encourage you to engage in behaviors that may mess up your life. The best way to predict what type of support someone will offer is to look at how they are living their life. If they drink at every opportunity they have, what do you think they're going to do to encourage you at every opportunity you have? Likewise, if you have friends who are having fun working towards their goals, then what type of support do you think these people will offer? 6. Evaluate your friends. It is easy to make friends with everyone when things are good and everybody's having a good time. However, what happens when times are not so good? What happens when you need your friends to be there for you? If you want to know how supportive your friends will be for you, then look to see how supportive your friends are of others. If your friends don't support others, then what makes you think they're going to support you? Maybe they don't know how to be supportive. Maybe it has little or nothing to do with you. 7. Say no and mean it. Sometimes friends want to engage in activities that take your focus away from studying, volunteering, and networking. It can be annoying to always be the one saying, "No, I don't want to go shopping, or watch a movie right now, or go off and do who knows what, like drinking or even partying." This gets annoying because while you want to have fun and do things, you don't want it to interfere with the progress you are making towards your dreams. So rather than constantly saying no all the time, follow the no with a question. Say something like, "No, I don't want to go shopping right now. I have a lot of homework. Have you finished yours?" People who are procrastinating and encouraging you to engage in the same types of behavior do not want to be held accountable. It makes them feel bad about the choices they are making because deep down inside, they know they should be working on homework too. So after a while, they will not ask you to engage in as many activities because they don't want you asking if they have completed their homework. Also, don't be surprised if they change the way they talk to you. Instead of asking you if you want to watch a movie, they may ask, "Are you almost done with your homework? How much more homework do you have left? Do you want to watch a movie in a little while?" 8. Be selective. A lot of people are willing to offer their advice about what you should do. They may say things like, "Why don't you just do this or do that?" Sometimes the advice is good and sometimes it is not. You don't need to accept all the advice people give you. If you are working towards a goal and someone hands you advice and they are not in the process of working towards a similar goal or have already accomplished what you are working towards, then cautiously consider their advice. Sometimes people like to give advice because it makes them feel like they are in control for telling you what you should be doing. Don't feel obligated to follow all the advice you receive. Usually, the best advice comes from someone who understands the challenges you face because they are in the process of facing them, and may be a little more ahead than you because they have been there and figured it out successfully. Be selective in which advice you decide to follow. 9. Beware of criticism disguised as support. Sometimes people will throw out a bunch of suggestions and it sounds like they are supporting you because they are offering advice. However, many times people are too afraid to get into the game of life and play all out, so it's easier to shout from the sidelines. It is easy to feel overwhelmed because there are few players in the game compared to the crowded sidelines, where everyone is shouting their opinions from the stands about what you should be doing and how you should be doing it. 10. Understand judgment. As you pursue a path, you often discover there's a lot more to learn than what you originally thought when you started the journey. Sometimes people just don't understand the whole scale of things and what you need to learn and do because they are not taking the same journey as you. If a person doesn't ask you questions and really listen to you, then how are they going to understand the journey if they are not taking it themselves? Therefore, understand that others may think the process of achieving your goals is a lot easier than it really is. Understand that when they are being judgmental, it is because they do not truly understand the journey that you are on and the time it takes to overcome unforeseen obstacles that you are encountering. Just remember that when people judge, it's really an interesting statement about how little they understand or are willing to understand. 11. Understand good intentions. When you are little, everyone always talks about you can achieve your dreams, you can always go for it, and do what makes you happy, kind of thing. But as you get older, You may feel like that for so long you've been built up by people that are like, yeah, go for it, you can do it. But it isn't always that easy because there are a lot of obstacles. You attempt to overcome challenges because you keep getting support if you can overcome that. However, without guidance about how to overcome challenges, it is easy to feel defeated. Just know that your friends and family are encouraging you forward in your overall goal. Their intentions are good. However, look for support on how to achieve the next step from your support group and trusted advisors.